Routing makes it possible to move from one element to the next. Let's start by selecting the Submit Request step again, and then choose the Routing section. There are a few different ways to route between elements in Prestavi. The first and simplest option is Direct, which, as it sounds, goes from one element directly to another. The next option is Multiple Choice, and this creates a new route for every option in a drop-down or radio form field. Let's use that one here for the Is this a new position field. Now we have two different routes depending on how that field is completed. If the answer is yes, let's create another step to collect some additional information about the new position. If the answer is no, then we'll continue building out the workflow with another step called Review Request. Let's focus on this new step for reviewing the request. It should be assigned to the Director of Human Resources and the VP of Business and Finance, and we want to make sure that everyone assigned completes it. When it makes sense to do so, assign to job titles over specific people. That way, when somebody changes roles or leaves the company, you don't have to worry about updating the step assignments. Let's also add some content that will be similar to the first step for them to review, but this time, instead of having the forms display as fillable, we want them to show up in a review format. We can do this with the read-only access type setting. We'll also add another form that is fillable, and we want to include a field called Decision that will be used to record their decision on whether or not to approve the request to hire. Okay, our content section looks great. Now lastly, let's add some routes. To finish up this video on routing, we're going to use the most flexible routing option called Conditional. This lets us create routes for the exact criteria we choose. We'll create two routes. The first is for when the decision is one of the options approved or not approved. And then the second route will be for if the decision is equal to on hold. Perfect. Now we can see those two routes show up on the diagram. In our next video, we'll continue to set up this workflow with automations.